Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Crusader Kings 2, The Old Gods. Now, last episode, we actually booted up as Adnjasndjas and actually made a good chunk of progress, making sure, kind of taking a look at who we had as our council, who we were married to, what we wanted to do, even taking a concubine. But consider that episode as kind of a quick tutorial episode, because I've decided that we're going to still play in the same lands. I'm actually going to create a new character with the character creator, one fashioned after myself, and the reason I wanted to do this is because the character they give me for that particular area is incredibly powerful, but I don't want to move on to a different area and start with a different character. I like Norse and the Norse religion personally. I think the Norse religion is really cool. But instead of playing as that character who's incredibly powerful, overpowered actually, I decided to kind of create myself as best I can with the character creator ability. So this is what my character is going to look like. This is going to be his coat of arms right here. But most importantly, this is going to be my character, Mathas Adnjasndjas. And I was able to create to him as best of my ability to make him kind of how I would like to see myself if I was to be this age. He's going to be 40. Basically, every time I put a point into a skill, he gains an age. And certain traits make him older, while some make him younger, you know, etc., etc. So he's a relatively diplomatic man with some basic martial skill, as I figured I would be if I was living in this day and age, with extraordinarily poor, if not bad, stewardship, intrigue, and learning. I'm going to be married because I'm an engaged man in real life, so I might as well be married here. And I have the traits kind, because in real life I'm a kind man. I'm a relatively trusting guy. I eat a lot of food. I'd consider myself relatively gluttonous, even though I don't really gain any weight. And I am a very smart person. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm relatively quick. So I'm going to be, this is going to be my character to start. And hopefully with this, it'll give us a bit of a challenge and kind of create a much more interesting situation for us as time goes on. So we're going to finish. That is going to be me, King Mathas I of Adnjasndjas. And we can dive right on in from this point on. So, again, consider last episode more of an introduction episode to the Old Gods, and into Crusader Kings to some degree, so I don't have to worry about going over all of that again. Why don't I have my armies raised here? Army. Why do I have my armies raised? I'm unsure as to why. Let's take a pause here. Wow, I have a crazy beard suddenly, even though I didn't give myself one. You have no heir to my dynasty. I'm aware of that. We'll take a look at my wife here momentarily. Title loss on succession, and I have to pick an ambition. So first ambition I'm going to pick, as like I did last time, is to have a son. Yes, I would love to have a son. And let's take a look at my wife. She's greedy, she's brave. Unfortunately, she's arbitrary, but she's a skilled tactician. Very similar to my last wife, but she's a bit better as far as stats are concerned. Quick take a look at our council here, and our chancellor absolutely hates us. Short reign, he's a title claimant. Which is interesting. He's really ambitious as well, so he's actually somebody I think we might want to end up getting rid of. But we can't. I'd love to, but we can't right now. He's just... Well, actually, you know what? Who is he? He's a chief of Opland. He belongs to Opland. Very, very interesting. As you can see, by the way, the faces have changed. I have grabbed the Norse facial map pack. Facial pack, rather, because it's... a lot cooler looking. I look like a Norse person now. My wife doesn't really like me that much. So again, we're in a very interesting situation. Oh, God. He actually despises us to the point of potentially trying to kill us. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our spy master build a spy network here. We're going to attempt to assassinate him very, very, very quickly. We're going to aim to have a son as fast as we can. That is going to be kind of our situation as far as that's concerned. We're also going to attempt to assassinate him as soon as we can. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Can we have a plot to assassinate him? Revoke the county. We could potentially attempt to revoke it, but I'd rather see him dead. And if that's the case, we'll see how well that's going to end up doing. Maybe sending him off would be nice. Improve diplomatic relations. Go improve diplomatic relations over here somewhere. Our steward can collect taxes. I didn't put him in the right place. Train troops, our marshal. So overall, we're looking pretty good. Our steward is kind of crap like they were last time. We're going to send him off to Opperland. We'll send him over to Telemark, rather. So let's take a look real quick. So our chancellor hates us, but he's an excellent chancellor, which is kind of a peculiar situation to be in. We don't have a lot of gold. We couldn't really do much. We could send him a gift. 20 gold would bump him up by 59. You know, it might even be worth it to bribe him this early. This early on, to keep him happy, I think we're going to have to do that. 59 bonus for sending him a gift. It's going to have to be worth it, unfortunately, for now anyway. And if we need to, we can actually give him an honorary title as well, keeping him really happy and making him think he's important amongst our men. He wants to be steward, which is kind of... Oh, no, he wants to amass wealth. So let's take a look at award honorary titles. He could be our marksman. He could be considered a trusted companion in arms. We can make our cupbearer, which would give him actually probably opportunities to poison us. Or he could give him a law speaker. You know, let's make him... He's going to be our biggest problem. So for now, let's make him our cupbearer. Let's do it. Just for now, to give him that extra bonus and prestige. Let's just make it happy. Let's make them all happy, and they're all very happy. So already establishing some sort of peace. Why we have an army raised is weird. We're not going to worry about this. The army of Heraldir will stand down, and all levies will return home. No retinues will be disbanded. Special event troops? Why do I have these men? Who are these men? If I want to lower these guys, is this my retinue? This might be my standing army, which would be fine. We could make them a looter. So one of the things I didn't really touch on last time that I definitely want to touch on this time is the ability to raid. Now, if a country who is a pagan ends up being peaceful for too long, they start losing prestige every month, about 2 prestige a month or so. What you can do is go to war immediately, or... something simple you could do is just make somebody a looter. Now, what a looter is a raider of some sort. They become Vikings, essentially. And by clicking this button right here, I can make them Vikings and send them to countries of other religions and have them raid castles and raid lands to bring back either prisoners or wealth or treasures. And this can get me a lot of cool bonuses and a lot of cool things happen. We're going to be looking at that sooner rather than later, I think. But one of the first things I want to do is make Telemark my kingdom again. So we're going to actually declare war on him, the subjugation of Norway, and accept that. We're also going to end up raising all of our men because of it. And we're going to march right here and hit play. And we're going to immediately take Telemark as our own. Something we did last time that we want to do again this time. And it should be relatively easy. Again, with the subjugation, we're looking at them being happy that they're subjugated. They respect power. A famous writer proposes to compose your family chronicles. Ignore him, which will give me humble, which humble will give me a monthly piety bonus, or give him patronage, which will pay him gold and gain prestige and gain a proud. Proud is good for us because we're going to get prestige every month, but humble is good because we're going to get piety every month, and we don't have a lot of piety. It's only 15% chance. Let's just go for the straight-up prestige bonus. Let's just go for it. Let's pay the gold, and we'll have a man kind of write our words. Oh, look it, I got bearded. So I figured that would be a nice thing to do. Might as well. My liege, I write to you bad news from Vestfold. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have met resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we may have a revolt on our hands here soon. We have our local revolt risk. Heraldir Fanhair claims that he would be a better spymaster than Emond, and petitions that he should be given the title of spymaster. So first, one of the things we have to worry about now, by the way, is we're going to have to deal with revolt risks. We're going to deal with that here momentarily. We're just going to merge our armies real quick. Let's take a look at him as compared to our Spy Master. So he has a 12, while our Spy Master has an 11. So he would be correct in thinking he would be better. He is not really anything else other than that. So we can say, yes, you're our new Spy Master. That sounds great. Excellent. He is our new Spy Master now. Outside of that, we may have a revolt risk on our hands. We're going to have to maneuver our Marshal when the time comes to hopefully suppress some revolts. But in the meantime, we're just going to subjugate Telemark, and with luck, we're going to be able to crush them very easily. We're going to merge our armies there, and going to be pretty simple. We're going to actually speed up time. My liege, since I arrived, there's never been a shortage of troops, so basically he has done an excellent job training our troops and allowing us to get some more troops at the end of every month. Levy reinforcement is a 50% levy reinforcement, which is totally okay with me. At the end of this, we're going to have Telemark under our crush. My liege, I've tried to make realize what a benevolent, peaceful ruler you really are, but extended forces, so we have lost it with our Chancellor, which is unfortunate. Our Chancellor has done a crap job. What? Okay, my hero. He saved me from a bear. My steward saved me from a bear, so I like him more now. He may be a bad steward, but he is an excellent warrior. And my wife is pregnant, which is even better. I'm super happy about that. Double victory. We're going to slow things down a little bit. Just a little bit. He's going to be sieging us for a little while over here. All the while, my wife has become pregnant, which is good. She doesn't like me that much, which is fine. A daughter was born to my spy master, Ingrid, which is fine. Another victory, and now we can just subjugate him. We have gotten a 100 war score. We basically completely took control of his castle, and we can now enforce our demands on him, saying, you will be subjugated. So yes, the subjugation of Norway has ended. We're going to pause it. And now, let's take a look here. So he's going to like us a good chunk. Short reign and declared war. Obviously, the short reign will go away, so he'll like us even more over time. One thing we can do is just take a concubine from him as a trophy, so to speak, which is okay with me, and with luck, they'll bear us children. So we're gonna take a concubine from him, which is gonna be kind of a prize. I believe every time we take a country, I'm gonna take a concubine as a prize, not only just to kind of show to him who is in control as far as power is concerned. We do want to potentially take out his heir. Now, the reason we want to potentially take out his heir is because if we end up doing so, we'll have the ability to inherit if he ends up dying beforehand. We're not gonna, but it does look like we won't have we'll have a relatively low chance in doing so. So we're not gonna really worry about that too much. We could go on a grand hunt and celebration of the wonderful success that we had, and I think upping our martial skill, which is potentially something that we need to do, is going to be worth it in the long run. That's going to be fine. We're also going to see a stag. Oh, hold on. We see a stag. I could spare its majesty and gain a +1 diplomacy, or just gain 5 prestige. I think sparing it and gaining a +1 diplomacy is going to be worth it for us early on. So one of the things I want to do here is lower our armies here. And we can just move our standing army back to the capital. We also want to potentially move... let's see. Potentially move our scent of a boar. I could either have the peasants do it, which would give me 5 prestige, and I have a chance of getting Praven. Or I can attempt to do it myself. And I got wounded. Great. So let's hope that doesn't end up killing me. That would be horrible because I have no real heir right now, and it would end me very, very quickly. And I don't want that to happen. So with luck, we'll come back from this. Hopefully, anyway, we'll come back from the wounded, and we'll see if that's something we can do. I actually want to go in here and make sure he cannot actually lead, and make him our spy master. Make sure he can do something. We're gonna have him scheming in our home. And I had a son! Excellent! Ricklefur! Our son. That's actually really, really good. With Ricklefur, he's going to be our main heir now. And now I'm going to aim to become the King of Norway. Now that what this is going to allow me to do, instead of waiting once every 9 years to declare war for subjugation, what picking the ambition become King of Norway is going to allow me to do is basically force wars through subjugation merely because I want to. And that's something that I'm excellent and I'm happy I'm going to do. So with my heir, my son, I am happy to continue doing that. So now we are going to aim to become king. And with that, we'll hopefully be able to subjugate all of Norway under our heel. Even though, Ileana, is she content? That's why? Yeah, she's content. Even though we are wounded. Hopefully with luck, our wounded trait will eventually go away. I don't know what this all is. I still don't know much about the religion tab, unfortunately. I'd love to know more about it in time. I just don't know much about it right now. So with that happening, let's go into our intrigue. We could hold a great blot, but we don't have a prisoner. What I think I'm going to do, if we pop up in the religion tab, we could take a look at all of the religions in the nearby area. So this is all Norse. We can go and raid down here. Which is Slavic area, and if we take a look in particular, this small little area right here is Slavic, so we could raid it, and it is so small that the opposition actually would be relatively small if we want to go raiding. So I think what we're going to do, as a kind of like a big hurrah, as a big hurrah for winning the war, we're going to grab all of our men, we're going to meet in the capital, and we're going to go raiding. And I'm going to show you the raiding ability. Good. So good, we actually have people liking us now. He's actually succeeding in his task, which is excellent. But we'll now march away. It takes a little bit for people to kind of march through the mountains here, which is understandable, but it just happens. Let's take a look at my diplomacy skill, actually. My diplomacy is a 38. Righteous imprisonment. Hold up, pause. Your chancellor. Demand that the character abandon their plot. What is he trying to do? Kill King Mathas. He wants me to die. Now I could imprison him, which I probably should attempt to do. Actually, I wonder. Where's my spy master? I could have the chance to imprison him, or I could just tell him to end his plot. I'm thinking. See, I'm not a cruel man. I'm a gluttonous man. I'm trusting and I'm kind. So because I'm a kind man, I'm gonna merely ask him to end his plot, and with luck, he'll end the plot. And he will end the plot, which is good for us. We need him to not kill us right now. So we're going to take all of our men here. Well, we got to wait for these guys to kind of show themselves. They're taking their sweet time. But all of these men, of course he has. He founded the faction that he would like to take control. Claimant and his leader. Listen, man, I gave you the opportunity to just end your plot, but instead this is what you're going to end up trying to do to me. I can't have you attempt to take it. Like, the problem is my heir is my son, so him killing me wouldn't have gotten him anyway. So I'm curious what he plans to do. We'll let that go. He probably will end up declaring war, but for now we're going to toggle these men as raiders, and we're going to go raiding. And hopefully we'll get there in time. Now, if he does end up declaring war, we'll have to bring our troops home very quickly and face him. But I'm hoping that he won't have to do that. We won't have to. That's going to cause us a lot more problems than we're ready to deal with right now. He's actually kind of a big problem, and I'm curious why he wants to do it. But if I have to do it, I will. I will end up killing him and subjugating him under the necessary cause. I have tried to realize what a benevolent benefit. Okay, you are failing me. Not only are you trying to take me from the throne, you are failing me. So now we're raiding. So how raiding works is very similar to how sieging a castle works. We actually do siege castles, and at the end of every time we siege, we have a chance of getting some sort of prize. So my spy master had a son. He named him Halfdane Haraldarsson. And that's just the faction warning, which is kind of silly that he even has that. And my wife is not all that great. I'm going to leave that, though. And you know what? It's a great time to do this as well. Paradoxically, a siege camp is ripe for bandits. So a bandit hit us, we take 1% losses. So this is actually a really good time to raid in the meanwhile, because they're currently at war with people. They're kind of fighting. It looks like some sort of independence war over here. It looks like it's kind of going crazy. More raiders hit the camp. Looks like it's going crazy. Look at all of this insanity kind of going around. This is the Roman Empire, I believe. I do believe this is actually the king. It's king of Germany, actually. Defending troops take 5% losses. That's fine. I'm not really worried about it. We're going to be able to raid this and loot it pretty effectively here. I just wanted to see what kind of prizes we end up getting for it. The old wound is finally healed, leaving a grotesque scar behind. So we get scarred and lose wounded. So we're going to get prestige in time. So we got... has been looted. So we got nothing. So we're just going to sit there and let them loot for a while. Looting is now going to be much quicker over time. Hopefully going to get us a lot of cool stuff. Nothing. Again. We'll keep looting for a bit, and then we'll move off to the... Well, we could move to the capital. I feel like moving to the capital could be really dangerous. We're in the midst of a huge war area over here. Again, nothing happens. We can kind of let that all go. How's my son doing? Has he... If there's a God, why is the world filled with hardships and griefs and heretics? God has a plan for everything. Well, I'm not a Catholic man. King Mathas gets straight zealous. God is as clueless as I am. You know what? I am a religious man believing in the Norse gods. I believe. So let's see. Thor is more important than anything. I have gained the Zealous trait. That is actually super excellent, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. And my concubine is pregnant now, which is even better. Another victory. Another victory. And it seems as though we are not going to get anything here. So we're going to move to this capital. And oh, they have become pagan. So we're going to sit here now. And we're fighting. And we're going to succeed. Victory, victory. I just want to loot. Ooh, we're losing a lot of troops here. Let's see if we can actually end this. Can we just win this? Victory. And we gained nothing. So we're going to end up pausing it and lowering our levies. We went on a raiding spree, and unfortunately nothing happened. Let's get out of here and send our men home. That's fine with me. Send them home. Not worth it. We'll crank it down, just our standing army. And we'll take a look at what's this. Dangerous factions. There are powerful dissident factions in your realm. Leader, claim it. It's all him. This man is driving me insane. He really wants this to happen. Do I have somebody I could consider? Mathas, I name you a pretender. He is literally... I will not be blackmailed. I will... He wants me to relinquish the title to him. I will not be blackmailed. War for... He's going to war for it. Pause. I have no chancellor now. So what's going to end up happening is we have to fight this man. We're going to kind of point him as our new chancellor for now. Send him off to sow dissent amongst his land. And with luck, we're going to be able to fight him off. Raise all of our factions. We'll meet here. Where's our standing army? Where are they? There they are. We'll have him move here. We're going to have to unpause. We're going to have to merge. Do we have enough money for mercenaries? Any cheap mercs that I could potentially cost or fund for a little while. We do. Large bands of rebels and opportunists are flocking to the banner of the faceless traitor. So he's getting a lot of men. Pause. He's cost $450 a month. We're going to have to hire mercenaries. We have the money to afford them. We are just going to have to fight them. And I have no problems doing that if that's the case. So hiring mercenaries is the way of the world, unfortunately. And once we have them, we'll just crush them under our heel. We have a son. Title loss on succession. Well, we'll look at that in a minute here. I need to just merge my armies. There we go. Merge. Can't toggle loot. We're going to go and fight him in our capital, it seems. And with luck, we're just going to crush him under our thumb. That was incredibly simple. And now we're just going to have to fight him again, it seems. And there we go. And that's easy. See what happens when you rebel against me? I crush you. Even if it costs me money, I will crush you under my heel. It costs me a little bit of money per month, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. We could do that. Merge. And with title loss on succession. City of... Why? Who's your... I don't understand why we're losing that title. Again, I'll worry about it in time. I will crush him, imprison him, and make Opland and give it to somebody else if I have to. How dare he rise against me? After a successful siege, your men drag him out. Oh god, I actually dragged him out. Who is this? This is him, right? Yeah. To the dungeons with him. Okay, well, now I can just... Yeah, of course you're offering peace. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We surrender. He loses a lot of prestige. I gain prestige. I accept. Oh, he comes out of the prison cells, though, it seems. Oh, no, this is somebody else? And did King Mathas... Oh, okay, so what happened? I think it was his son. It was his son. And he hates me. He hates me because of it. Whatever. And we can dismiss them. So, that was worth it. We ended up doing it. We actually imprisoned him because of it. And now we have his son. And with his son in ruling position... actually, he's in ruling. The heir is his son. We might want to actually attempt to assassinate his son. If we move our spy master over to scheme over here, I wonder if we could have a better chance of assassinating his son. Let's see. 26.3% chance. Do we have a plot, potentially? We could raise a plot to do so. We could try and revoke the county of Opland from him. 94% power. We could just revoke it from him and take it for ourselves. We could do that. We'll see if we can revoke it. Let's see if we can just take it away. We don't want him to have it. We don't want the son to have it. So we're just going to invite all the people who will take it from us in turn. And let's see what we can get done. Unpause it a little bit. Wait. Crank it down a little bit. And when we can hold a great blot as well. So we'll see if we can revoke it from him, then we'll sacrifice him. Okay. And then we got one more joining us. Is not a prisoner. And he's going to attempt... And what we have to do is release him, unfortunately. Could I just take it from him without taking it? I mean, without getting in trouble? I will lose 80%. Well, you know what? I'm taking a concubine from you. As is the way. And I'm going to have to leave you in the dungeons for now. Just going to have to happen. I can't release you. You're too ambitious. Decided to accept your suggestion to make Asa into a concubine. Obviously, you will. And so, I think that'll call it for this episode here. I'll worry about that here in a minute. So what we've done, essentially, on episode 1 is establish myself an heir, which is excellent. Had a couple children in the process. I became zealous, meaning I'm a very religious and martial man because of it. And we put down our first rebellion through him thinking he should be king. So he wanted to be petty king. I kind of hired some mercenaries and stamped him out really, really quickly. And through it, Ostland is now a much more peaceful place because of it. And next time, we're going to attempt to continue to push our power this way. And we might even think about getting a new wife, depending. But until then, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you later.